and a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, very good and wonderful people of the tube. Hope you're well today, hope you're feeling grand, as usual. Hi there, everybody. Welcome to another Q&A Wednesday. Okay, so let's dive in, shall we, with question one today. Okay, so question one today is, with Article 13, boo hiss, taking place at the moment, I was wondering if you have any plans to maximise the potential reach of your own music. For instance, producing music videos for your music. Okay, so I have thought about that, but I don't really like listening to my own music. I don't think my own music is good enough. But there are a few songs that I would maybe like to push in that direction. So I do have plans, but they're not for the moment, if that makes any sense. Like, I do have plans to kind of like do music videos for certain ones of my songs, certain songs that I've written that mean a lot to me. I would like to do kind of some kind of music video too. It's just I don't know. Apart from one video, I don't know what to do for them. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, where do I go with it? What do I do? So yeah, I have got the ideas of pushing my own music. I mean, I play all either ideas I've got, improvised stuff, all my own songs now in videos. I don't really, I don't play anybody's music now because obviously you can't due to Article 13 and copyright law and all that. So most of the music you hear, if it's a guitar riff or something like that, is invariably my own creation. Intro jams and stuff like that, just something I come up with on the spot just before the video and go with it. I try not to overthink things. I find when I start to overthink things, I start to second guess it and think, oh, that could be better, this could be better, that could be better. I like to be able to just capture a point in time, like a moment. The intro jam today was just, I don't know where it came from, but I just literally plugged in my guitar. That I swear that was the first thing that came out of the guitar, and I pressed record. I got the camera in a position where I wanted it to be, and then pressed record, and I just played. And that was that. So I don't like to overthink things. I like to be able to kind of like, wing stuff, so to say. Anyway, but yeah, I do have ideas for music. Well, I have ideas for one music video. I don't think it'd be possible. But I'll talk about that in a sec because that's part kind of like B of this question. Part C technically. But I do have ideas to do it. It's just getting it done, and it's not. I wish it was as easy as that, really, but it's not. Making a music video is actually quite difficult, especially kind of like if you don't have the means to do it. And at this point in time, I don't, sadly. But anyway, I would like to push certain songs of mine. I would. There is certain songs that I would like to kind of get out there and see how well they do. I mean, I need to. At this point in time, the only problem with those songs is they're only demo recordings. I need to, because they're recorded with me and a drum machine. You know what I mean? It's not a full band. I would like to be able to get some full band, proper recordings on of these songs before I kind of kick them out the door, so to say. And again, that comes down to kind of like being able to do that, and the M word, and having enough of that to be able to get into a position or a studio where it's good, and I mean, finding people who have the time to actually record as well is difficult, because I know who I want to play on it. It's just it's getting them finding time for them to actually do it, and also finding a studio I can do it, and getting kind of like this, that, and the other done. So I would like to push my own music, make some music videos with that. But again, sadly at this point in time, it's just kind of like a bit of a back burner idea. Sadly at this point in time, but yeah, I mean, I would like to push some of my own stuff at some point. You also asked, what do I think makes a good music video, and what are some of my favourites? I don't know. I mean, what makes a good music video? I don't know, because there's so many good ones out there. I like ones that kind of tell a story. But I like kind of like Red Hot Chili Peppers video for Snow, stuff like that. And like Metallica's one video is awesome. Trying to think now. But then I like stuff like, Stained outside. You ever seen that live video of Stained? Aaron Lewis just playing outside, and he's just on his own. He's got like Fred Durst behind him, who basically doesn't do anything for the entire song, apart from joining him on the chorus, and even then you can barely hear him over Aaron Lewis's voice. But that video, I always like that video. I like live videos. I like live music videos, but I do like ones that tell stories, like the Metallica 1 video, and also Hero of War by Rise Against. I think that's one of like I don't know if I'd like to say it's one of the best music videos ever, but it's definitely one of them. It's sure the Hero of War by Rise Against. If you haven't seen the video and heard the song, it's absolutely incredible. It's such a powerful music video. It really is. It's a really cool one. And I love Rise Against and so like that. I can't think of anybody else. But what do I think makes a good music video? I don't know. I mean, there's so many variables in what makes a good music video. Like I say, I like kind of story-driven stuff. I like live stuff. It depends on the song more than anything, I suppose. Your video has to kind of suit your song, really, in a way. It can be something silly, but if your song's got a kind of deep meaning, like Hero of War, it really pays to kind of like have a real deep, meaningful video that really kind of like can kind of hit hard if it needs to, kind of so to say. The music video to Hallelujah with Jeff Buckley, where he's just playing his Telecaster and singing in the studio, I mean, that's just incredible. I mean, the lighting of it, where it's filmed, is incredible, all of that. But then you get stuff like videos like Live Forever by Oasis, and I think that video is awesome as well. I love the Forever video, that is amazing. Same as Supersonic, actually. Supersonic's a great video. Wonderwall's a great video as well. I like Wonderwall. Don't think of any others. I like Pearl Jam Alive, Even Flow. There's so many awesome videos out there. What makes it a good video? I don't know. It's just I don't know. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, so to say. But I don't know. Good video is a good video at the end of the day. I think that's just kind of like, it is kind of what it is, so to say. But I don't know what makes for a really good music video. I suppose if it's kind of like, if it's just enjoyable more than anything, I suppose that's the kind of key to a good music video. So you also asked, the final part of question 1 is, what would your vision be for a music video for one of my songs? Okay, so I have a song called Overcome, and this song was not, I want to say the first song I wrote, but I don't actually know if it is. I'm just kind of second guessing myself, because I had this song called Overcome. I also have a song called Move On. But I did write other songs before that, and Overcome came about ages and ages ago. I had I had the lyrics. I didn't have any music for it, but I wrote Overcome years ago. And Overcome is one of those songs that I've always kind of like had a love-hate relationship with. Like, some days I love it, some days I hate it. And the subject matter of Overcome is about being bullied in school and how it affects you. And it's really, there's not a lot of lyrics in it. It's only 2 verses long of lyrics. It's not all, I'm a terrible lyric writer. I like to write music. I don't really like to write lyrics. I'm no good at it, so to say. You know what I mean? Like, the guitar can sing and speak better than I can sometimes. But Overcome is one of those songs where I've got the lyrics and I'm quite happy with. I wrote lyrics and I'm actually quite proud of them in a way. And I say, it does kind of like talk about my time at school when I was bullied, and it talks about like the dark things and this, that, and the other. I did write a middle 8 for it, which I've subsequently scrapped because I don't like it. It detracts from the song, so that won't be in the song when I. And this is one of those songs that I really want to get recorded properly at some point. This is one of the songs. It's called Overcome. It's actually on my Bandcamp as a demo. I've re-recorded it so many times, but I've never had it to the point where I'm like, I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? I want it to be really good, and it's never quite there. Anyway, but the music video, I've always envisioned a music video for that video of like basically kind of like, not to be ego-y or anything like that, but the music video needs to dictate the lyrics of the song. So basically kind of like, The song starts out with the lyric, "You keep making a fool out of me," and the idea I have is kind of like, it's a kid in school being made fun of. That's the music video I have in my head. That's the image I have. It's a kid who's been made fun of, and that everything that's going on is pushing him to a limit. You know what I mean? It's pushing him and pushing him and pushing him, to the point where it gets quite dark. But then towards the end of the song, this kid he finds that, regardless of what he's been through, he can find his way back and he can overcome this. Hence the title of the song, "Overcome." But it basically the whole song is kind of like, for me, kind of it's a narrative. Basically, the song is kind of like, in a way. So the video would have to kind of like follow the order of events that I was singing about, and I've written about. It would have to follow those events. So, like I say, the first line, "You keep on making a fool out of me," is, you can kind of picture a kid, young kid in school, loads of other kids picking on him and making him look foolish. Maybe, I don't know, tripping him over in the corridor because that happened, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or being pushed and made fun of in any way, shape, or form. So that's kind of what it is. And also, there's lyrics of you keep making a fool out of me, making me feel smaller than I ever have. That I can see it in my head of what I want for that video. It's just, I don't know how I would go about filming that. You know what I mean? I don't know how I'd. It's what I would like for the video, but I don't know how I would do it, and I don't know how I would even get around to being able to do it, so to say. So, but "Overcome" is one of those songs that I really, 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 really would like to make a music video, and I really do have a love-hate relationship with that song. Some days I hate it, some days I want to listen to it. No, that's a lie. I don't want to listen to it, I want to re-record it. That's one of the things. I want to get it right. You know what I mean? I have an image in my head of what I want it to sound like, and I haven't got there yet. And I don't think with what I've got I can, if that makes any sense. I need to be in a studio of some description or have better equipment to be able to actually do it. And also, I need a band. I don't need a drum machine. I need a real drummer. I need my friend John Joe. I need my brother on bass. I need to be able to kind of get it done properly as a band, instead of just kind of like me on my own playing all instruments and programming a drum machine. But the music video, coming back to that, like I say, is the idea. It's like a narrative kind of thing of a kid who's getting picked on and gets pushed to the point where he can't cope. He's really struggling. And what's the second? The second verse is kind of like where he kind of like starts to break, but then he comes back from that break. The first line of the second verse is, "So I walk alone with my thoughts, wondering what I should do." No, that's not it, is it? I don't know. It's been a long time since I've thought about the lyrics of this song, actually. Yeah, that is the lyrics. No, it's not. I don't remember. Anyway. He's a clever one. Can't remember his own lyrics. That's a clever boy. But saying that, I don't listen to it, and I don't play it anymore, and I don't do it live or anything like that. But it is one of those songs that I'd love a music video to. There is actually a music video to it I did. It's just pictures and it's like a lyric video, really, on my other YouTube channel, which I might import on here one day, but it's not very good. People of the tube, I put this to you. Would you like to see my cruddy little music video to my song "Overcome"? The song, like I say, is just me and a drum machine. It's got kind of like pictures that kind of dictate what I wanted in live action, but it's more of a lyric video, and the lyrics kind of pop up and stuff like that, and you can kind of read the lyrics. But I do think that has the middle eight in it, which I don't like, but I don't know anymore. People of the tube, would you like to see that on this channel? Let me know, because if so, I will upload it. Let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to see my cruddy little music video for my song "Overcome," let me know in the comment section below if you'd like to see it. Because at this point in time, I've been thinking about it for ages, thinking, should I upload it in this and the other? And every time I've gone, no. But if you want to see it, people of the tube, I am more than happy to upload it for you to see. So yeah, But anyway, I do have an idea for one of my songs, a music video. I also have another idea for other songs as well, which I would like to do music videos for, but, you know, it's having the means. There's a song called They Say, which I really... I like the song They Say because it's all about... it's all about being told you... Again, it's all about being kind of told you're no good. And, like, you know, if you're with somebody, they'll say that, like, you know, you're better off without them. You're better off alone. You know, you don't need that person in your life because they're no good to you, kind of thing. You know, when they are, you know what I mean? When they're a positive presence, but you have people being negative towards you because they don't like you. See, it's stuff like that. I do have a song called Me and I, but I'd like to do a music video for, but unfortunately I think that's a little bit too dark. But Me and I is written about a true event that happened to me again. I kind of... My songs are all about events that happened to me. It's kind of like I write from my own kind of like experiences, I'd say. Anyway... I think I've waffled on about it enough. But like I say, people of Dupe, if you'd like to see my cruddy little music video for Overcome, my own song, let me know in the comment section below and I will upload it. If I get 20 people saying they want to see it, let's say that. If I get 20 people saying they want to see the video, I will upload it to this channel. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below, everybody. Okay, so I hope it's answered question 1. I hope I've answered that question okay. There's the fear. I think I've waffled and for 16 minutes and I haven't answered the question. But hopefully I have. Fingers crossed. Hope there's something in there that made sense. Anyway, moving on to question 2 today. Question 2 today is... I am wondering if you've ever had any thoughts on replacing the stock ceramic pickups on a Squire Strat with alnico pickups. Yes and no. It really depends on the pickups. If the ceramic pickups are really good... then I don't have any thoughts to replace them whatsoever. But if the ceramic pickups are bad and really sound cruddy, then yeah, I would more than happy change them. Examples of this would be the Squire Bullet has ceramic pickups, I do believe. And those pickups are amazing. I think the pickups in the... I don't know if the pickups in the Harley Benton are ceramic. I don't know, actually, come to think of it. But the some of the Squires I have and have owned in the past had ceramic pickups. And I've only ever changed pickups in a Squire once. Other than that, I've actually enjoyed the ceramic pickups. The ones in my new Bullet, I absolutely adore. The ones in my second ever guitar, my Squire Affinity, I adore them as well. I had another Squire Bullet, a Fiesta Red one, which I refinished a couple of years ago, and that had ceramic pickups, and that was amazing as well. And I've played a few others, and I've had a few others, and they were amazing. But yeah, I have one guitar, my Squire Jimi Hendrix Strat, which is actually sat behind me at the top of the stairs in a case. That guitar, the Squire Affinity, my Jimi Hendrix one, the upside down one, that guitar's pickups, the ceramic pickups in that one, were that terrible that when I got the evil sheeps that are in it now, I actually binned the ceramic pickups it came with. I literally took them out of the guitar and I threw them in the bin. They were literally just thin, wispy garbage. They were absolutely terrible. They just sounded like, no matter how much mids and bass you added to them, it was just treble. They were absolutely awful. I hated those pickups. Absolutely hated them. So they went in the bin. Because that's where they belong, in my opinion. Damn those pickups. Damn them, I tells you! They shall not darken my door! Okay. But yeah, when pickups sound like that, yeah, get them replaced. But you don't want fizzy, thin sounding cruddy pickups. And those pickups were absolutely terrible. Like I say, get in the bin. But it has to be judged on what the pickups are like. For instance, I wouldn't even think about changing the pickups in my Bullet, which I'm pretty sure they're ceramic. I would highly doubt they're alnico pickups. I wouldn't think twice. I wouldn't ever think about changing them. I love them for what they are. You've got to judge the pickups on what they are. Do they sound good to you? Do you like the sound of them? If so, leave it alone. You know, there's no point changing something you like. It's like, I'm kind of with Joe Bonamassa on this one. There's no point going to buy a guitar, playing that guitar in the shop going, I love this guitar. This sounds amazing. It plays amazing. And then going home, changing out everything on it. I just don't see the point in that, because you're totally changing the DNA of that guitar. You know, you fell in love with that guitar for a reason. Don't lose that reason, if you know what I mean. Because you can tweak your way out of a good guitar. You can mod a guitar to a point where it was great, and you can mod it to be bad. You know what I mean? You can go too far the other way if you're not careful. So just judge it on what it is. You know what I mean? Just judge the guitar for what it is. If it works with ceramics, stick with it. If it doesn't, and you're not feeling it, you love the guitar, you don't like the pickups, change them. You know what I mean? But it's got to be judged by individual circumstances. Like I say, my Squire Bullet, I have no desire to change anything on that. Apart from the scratch plate, other than that, I have no desire to change anything on that. I don't have a desire to change the machine heads, the pickups, the pots, the selector switch, you know, the bridge. Yeah, I've got. Yeah, I don't have to do any fret work to it. The frets are perfect. I don't have to do anything to the truss rod or anything like that. I've got really itchy nose, everybody. Oh, why is it when I'm on camera I always get an itchy nose? I don't know. But yeah, it's got to be judged on a guitar basis. You know, you've got to judge it. If you like it, stick with it. If you don't like it, change it. But only change what you need to change. Do not start going out the way and going, oh, I could get a new nut while I'm at it. Oh, I could get new machine heads. Oh, I could try this. I could try that. You know, you've got to be careful, because you can ruin your guitar if you're not careful. You can go too far with it. And like I say, if you buy a guitar and immediately want to change everything on it, sure, it kind of defeats the point of buying that guitar in the first place. If you're buying it for a modding platform, totally get that. That's kind of like the exception to the rule, so I say. I totally understand. If you buy a guitar and you go, right, I want to buy this guitar, but I want to do this to it, and you've already got that kind of like preconceived idea, then that's fair enough. But if you're playing a guitar in a shop and you fall in love with the guitar as it is stock, and then you take it home and start modding it just because you feel like you either need to or you want something else in it, or this and the other, you can drastically change the DNA of that guitar, and you can ruin it. So just be aware, people of YouTube, it can happen. I've been there. I have tweaked a good guitar to be rubbish, and I never got it back. Actually, I ended up selling it because I couldn't get it back. I ruined it. I absolutely ruined that guitar, and such is life. But again, you know, you have to make mistakes to learn. If you don't make mistakes, you never learn. You have to cock up once in a while to learn from it, to understand, like, you know, right, I'm not doing that again. You know, you learn from mistakes. You learn from failing. You know what I mean? If you were to do everything perfect all the time, you'd never learn anything. So, you know, you need to fail once in a while just to kind of like to know where you are with it and stuff. So, I have, you know, thoughts of replacing stock ceramic pickups with alnico pickups. Yes, definitely, but only on a guitar that I hated the pickups on. That's the only other time I would ever think of doing that. So yeah, I have thought about doing it, but like I say, only on a guitar I don't like. And if I do get a guitar I don't like the pickups on, but I love the feel of the guitar, I have gone, I could change the pickups on that. And I have done that with a few guitars. My Oswald #1 Strat, I didn't like the Seymour Duncan SSL ones, so I put the Evil Sheeps in it, and I prefer that immensely to the SSL ones, just because the SSL ones weren't inspiring. They dulled out on me, and I didn't like them. So yeah, but it's got, like I say, it's got to be taken on a guitar to guitar basis. You can't just kind of like you don't want to just jump in just because, you know what I mean. You need to take it as it is. If a guitar's perfect the way you like it, don't touch it. Okay, so hope that's the question. Moving on to question 3 now, everybody. Question 3 is: how is it possible to prefer one minor key to any other? I can't read my own writing. How is it possible to prefer one minor key to any other? Wouldn't any other minor key just end up sounding the same as the others? No. Like, you mentioned my favourite keys, which are kind of like D minor and C sharp minor. They're 2 of my favourite keys. They both sound different to each other because it's different tonality. And it's also different notes. You know, the notes you play in D minor, you don't necessarily play all the notes that work in D minor in C sharp minor. Some of them will clash and they won't work. So all minor keys all keys sound different. You know what I mean? All keys have their own little foibles. Like, for instance, F minor and F major have horrific intonation issues sometimes, where you have like a real nightmare trying to get the thing in tune. You have to flatten and sharpen certain notes sometimes. I've had to do that in the past when recording songs. If like the song's in F, if the song's like capped on the first fret in F, say, F major or minor, I've had to retune my guitars to do overdubs so that they fit. Otherwise, it sounds out of tune and it just sounds terrible. So, but no, it's you can prefer different keys and they all sound differently because they do all sound differently. You know, can I do it as an example? Maybe let's try this. So, for instance, D minor. That's actually technically not D minor because this guitar's in E flat. So, where are we? E flat. So, D minor. Just forgive the positioning. Technically, I'm in C sharp minor positioning, but it's actually D minor because I'm down tuned. Actually, that'd be there, wouldn't it? Because that'd be E. Yeah. Actually, yeah, it'd be an E flat position, which should be D. No. I'm totally confused. Yeah, it's there. So, D minor. So, if you're playing like a D minor, say like a blues D minor, hopefully be able to hear this. You know, you can hear like this will sound. If I do this lick, this blues minor kind of D lick, and then I move it to A minor. So if I do it in D minor and then go to A minor, you'll hear the tonality is totally different. It almost sounds like a different kind of thing. Okay, now so now if I go to A minor. To me, they don't sound anything alike. You know. Same pattern. Exactly the same pattern. If I do that generic kind of blues lick. You know, that's in D minor, A minor. You can hear they sound totally different. So playing like in different keys, they do sound different. You know, it's very possible to like different minor keys because everything sounds different. It's all different tonality, all different notes. You know, all different kind of like. There's multiple different kind of things really. So yeah, nothing sounds the same. Nothing sounds the same. It all sounds different. So yeah, it's very possible to like all different minor keys and stuff, and they all sound different. And like I say, what you do in one key will sound totally different to another. You know, same pattern will sound totally different in one key than it will to another. So yeah, it is possible. Yeah, it's all down to tonality at the end of the day and the kind of like stuff like that. So yeah, that was a quick answer, wasn't it? Was that quick? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I hope that's a question. Move on to question 4, everybody. Question 4 today is: have you ever tried one of the old Vester series Strats? No, but I have seen one. I seem to think it was in a second-hand shop, but losing my voice. But I've never tried one. You said like someone did it's a really good copy of an old Strat. It did look like it as well. I've never tried one though, but I have heard of them. I have seen them about. I saw one in person ages ago. But yeah, I've never actually tried one personally myself. Vester series. I have seen them though, and I have heard of them. But no, I've never tried one. Another really, really awesome series of guitars that I think are really good old vintage style guitars are Columbus. If you ever get a chance to try a Columbus Strat, people of the tube, try it. Especially an old one with a big headstock. They're amazing. I really want one. I missed out on one in Old Hat. It's probably still there. There was one in Old Hat, but sadly someone had modded it and it kind of ruined it. They took the original neck pickup out and put in something else, and in so doing, it hacked up the scratch plate, and it just and then it put a 5-way switch in, which they had to hack the selector switch out bigger as well, and it kind of ruined it a bit, to be honest with you. I played it before that happened, and it was amazing. It didn't need modding. It didn't need anything doing to it. It was gorgeous. And then it came back in after this person had modded it and didn't like it afterwards, oddly enough. Again, like I say, beware of modding guitars, because you buy it for a reason, you mod it, it could ruin it, and then you have to get rid of the guitar. That's exactly what happened here. Is this guitar got modded and then got bought back into the shop, and then no one wanted it because it lost its mojo in a way. It didn't feel or sound the same afterwards. Although I still kind of wish I had bought it and I could have maybe found a way to put it back to some kind of stock. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. But it kind of did lose a lot of vibe. But it really did feel like a proper early 70s Strat. It had a big headstock. The neck was a lot like the 70s Strat. It felt there was a 74 Sunburst Strat in old hack guitars, maple neck, and it felt and looked identical to that. The only thing that was different was on the burst, on the arm cutaway here, the burst kind of followed the arm cut. The chamfer here, it's kind of like, instead of it being kind of sunburst on that bit there, it was black. Other than that, it was pretty much identical to this 74 Strat, sorry, which, yeah, and again, it had a rosewood neck that Columbus did, but the 74 had a maple, but it was very close in feel, appearance, and sound. It was built like an absolute tank as well. It's a beast of a guitar. But, you know, hopefully I'll come across one day. But yeah, Columbus Strats. But yeah, back to the Vester series. I have seen them. Yeah, I would like to try one. There's a lot of these old Strat copies I would like to try. There's a lot of them. I really would like to try a lot of them. Because there's so many amazing ones. I'd like to try some really... I mean, I've got an old Ibanez made one, but I'd like to try some of the other Ibanez made ones because they look really cool. So yeah, I haven't tried one personally. I've seen one. I should have tried it at the time, but I didn't. And it looked amazing, but sadly, it was Sunburst as well, I do believe. Three-tone Sunburst. I seem to think it was three-tone Sunburst. Possibly. But yeah, I never tried one personally, so but I would like to at some point. Excuse me. Okay, so so I've asked that question. Moving on to question 5 now. Second last question of the day. Question 5 is, have you ever tried any of the John Petrucci Ernie Ball Music Man signature guitars, and are you a fan of him? No, I've never tried any of those guitars. They don't really appeal to me. Are they called? I think they're called the Majesty, aren't they, or something like that. They don't really appeal to me. They're far too, not blingy, but there's just something about them that just doesn't appeal. I can't think of exactly what it is, but there's something that's far too not over the top, but I just don't like. It doesn't appeal. When I saw it, I remember watching Anderton's video, Captain Meets, when he met John Petrucci, and I remember watching that video, and the guitars themselves look really nice, but they just don't appeal to me. There's nothing in that guitar that I would make me want to pick it up. I mean, I'm sure it's an amazing guitar. I'm positive it'd be an amazing guitar, but for me, aesthetically, with the eyes, I don't like the look of it. It just doesn't appeal to me. But saying that, I could pick it up and absolutely adore it. So, you never know. I think if I was near one, I think out of morbid curiosity, I'd like to try it. It's like I always try different PRS guitars, even though I've never found a PRS guitar that I like. I always try different PRS guitars, but I just out of curiosity that one day I might find one that I might go, oh, I like that. You know, I don't have any aspirations to own a PRS. I would just like to know that I could find something in the PRS line that I would like, which is why I really want to try the Silver Sky, because I'm curious. But yeah, the John Petrucci guitars, no, they're not really appeal. They don't really appeal to me. I don't really like the spec sheet on them. But again, I would probably still try one just out of curiosity more than anything. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's not really my kind of thing, so to say. You know what I mean? I'm a very kind of traditional style guitar fan. I'm Strat fanatic, you know. Even though it's a double cutaway and kind of Strat shaped ish. But yeah, I don't know. I've never tried one. I probably would out of curiosity, but I don't know if I would like it. I've got an impression that it wouldn't be a guitar for me that I would particularly enjoy playing. You know what I mean? I have a kind of like that gut feeling it wouldn't be for me. But yeah, I mean, I probably would try one if I got a chance to. I do like certain Music Man guitars. I've tried a few Music Mans in my life, and every one I've picked up I've kind of liked. I've not loved, but I have kind of liked it. You know what I mean? If somebody handed me it and go, oh, this, you know, you got to play this, I wouldn't kick up a stink. But it wouldn't be my kind of like first choice Music Man guitars. It really wouldn't. Anyway, and as for being a fan of John Petrucci, I wouldn't call myself a fan. No, I mean, his guitar playing isn't something that's on my radar. He's not really on my radar. You you know, his guitar playing is absolutely insane. He's an amazing, amazing guitarist. I really like his sound. It's not a sound I would go for, but I do like his sound. That Mesa Boogie, was it Mark whatever 3? I don't know. That sound he's got, I really like it. It's a real kind of like classic. It sounds like him, if that makes any sense. But I do like his sound. Like I say, it's not a sound I go for, but I do like it. I kind of like his playing, but it's not really my kind of playing. I can't say I'm a fan, but I did like that video on the Andertons channel. It was really cool to hear him talk, and I like certain ways he thinks and stuff like that. It's really, really cool, and he's just very engaging. He's a very engaging guy, and it's just really, really cool. He's just a really cool guy, and like I say, but his guitar playing isn't really on my radar. It's not something I would listen to, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't go out and buy Dream Theater or put on like a video of him playing. You know what I mean? Really, I mean, if it was, it's just not something I'll listen to. It's not something I'm kind of into. You know what I mean? I'm aware of it, but I'm not into it. I'm not a fan of that kind of music. You know what I mean? It's awesome and I respect it to no end, but it's not something I listen to. So as being a fan, no, not really, but I do like his playing. I do like his sound. I do like what he does. But again, it's not really for me. It's not my kind of thing. But yeah, you know. That be what it be, so to say. So yeah, I hope I lost my ability to speak. Hope I've answered your question. I hope that's okay. So moving on to final question of the day, everybody, and this is a question for me and for all of you as well. So question 6 is: if you were stranded on a desert island with only one album to listen to, what would it be and why? Okay, people of the tube, I put this question to you. Leave a comment in the comment section below. If you were stranded on a desert island, what one album would you have with you and why? Why would you have that album? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know why. This question is awesome. So, final question today, question 6. Okay. So, what album will I have? Okay, now it's difficult to pick one. It's really hard to pick one. But I think if I had to pick, if somebody said, right, you know, we're going to throw you on a desert island and you've got one album and here you go, this is the rest of your life. Fair enough, being on a desert island won't be a very long life. It's difficult. It's a difficult question, isn't it, people of the tube? I trust you'll agree. But I think, because I've got kind of a bit of a toss up here between 3 albums. The 3 albums are Inside of Emptiness by John Frusciante, The Empyrean by John Frusciante, and Electric Ladyland by Jimi Hendrix. And also, actually, another one's just cropped into my head. Photo Finish by Rory Gallagher. Those 4. So to whittle it down from M4, which one would I have to have out of those? Because that's my favourite Rory album. They're my 2 favourite John albums. Well, actually, Inside of Emptiness is my favourite John album of all time. So let's get rid of the Empyrean. So we've got Electric Ladyland, Inside of Emptiness, and Photo Finish. So those 3. So how can we whittle it down? I love the Rory album. I do love that Photo Finish album. There's some amazing songs on Photo Finish. This is really hard to think. Hence I've started noodling on guitar. I think I'd have to pick Inside of Emptiness by John Frusciante because that album is always a constant inspiration to me. As much as Photo Finish and Electric Ladylands are inspirations to me as well, they're not as much as Inside of Emptiness. there's something about the songs on Inside of Emptiness that I absolutely adore. Stuff like A Firm Kick, there's Look On, I'm Around. That album is very special to me, and I don't really know what. Well, I do know why. It really appealed to me. But I think I'd have to pick that album. And again, just because it's one of those albums that when I put on, I don't ever want to skip a song. You know, I don't ever kind of put it on and go, oh, no, maybe don't want to listen to this. I always just play it front to back every time. Whereas Photo Finish, I will tend to skip songs sometimes. It's like, oh, I fancy listening to Fuel to Fire or something like that. And same thing with Electric Ladyland. Sometimes like, oh, I just want to listen to 1983, or I want to listen to Long Watchtower, or House Burning Down, or something like that. You know, I will skip. Whereas Inside of Emptiness, I always play front to back. And I want to put it on now. Actually, thinking about it makes me want to put it on. So it would have. So that's it, isn't it? That's it. If thinking about an album makes you want to put it on, surely that's the one. So yeah, I think mine would have to be Inside of Emptiness. It's one of my favourite albums of all time. It's my favourite John album. I love Inside of Emptiness. It's just got that kind of real rocky edge to it, but it's still at the same time it's got the delicate side of it as well. Like I say with songs like I'm Around. Yeah, I think I would have to pick Inside of Emptiness. I really do think I'd have to pick Inside of Emptiness. Like I say, I do tend to skip certain songs on the album. I don't skip on Inside of Emptiness. How weird is that? I don't think I've never thought about that before. But yeah, I don't skip the songs on that album. I love them. Yeah, so there we go, people. With you, that'd be my pick. If I was on a desert island and I could have one album, it would be Inside of Emptiness by John Frusciante. That would be my pick. So, people of Tube, let me know in the comment section below, which one would you pick? If you're on a desert island, one album, why? My reason is because I never skipped the album. Obviously, it's constant inspiration to me. I love listening to that. It probably made me think, I'm going to survive this. I'm going to go on. I'm going to find a way to build a raft and get off this island and get back to civilization. With Look On blaring on in the background. You know, I'm going to leave this island! So yeah, I don't know. Is that enough for a copyright strike? Article 13, is that how I can hear you? Can I hear you? Anyway, moving along. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I do know. I don't know why I said I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe he knows. I don't know. Move along. So yeah, that'll be my album, everybody, and that's why. So I hope that answers your question. People too, let me know in the comment section below. Like I say, also let me know if you want to see the Overcome cruddy little video I did. Like I say, the mix isn't great. It's not brilliant. It's a drum machine. It's not a real drummer. Just let me know. Let me know. And also in the description box below, everybody, is a link to my website. Sorry, Guitar. That was a Machine Heads. Actually, I've dented the banister. The guitar's okay. I've dented the banister. It's relicking on the banister. Okay, so description box below, everybody, is a link to my website, link to my Instagram, Facebook. What else is in there? Bandcamp is in there as well. If you want to check out some of my other music that I've got, link to my Bandcamp is in the description box below. You can also find these links on my website. If you go onto goodgravy.co.uk, you can find them on the right side. There's a link to my Patreon on there as well. I've got to say a huge thanks to my Patrons. Thank you so much indeed for supporting this channel. Thank you all for watching this video, everybody. Thank you for supporting the channel, making it what it is. And yeah, like I say, you all mean the world to me. Thank you so much indeed. Thank you for the questions. I hope I've answered your questions okay. I'll see you again on Friday for another video when I have a pedal to demo for you. And I'm really looking forward to demoing this pedal. And I have an idea of something I'm going to do as an intro. So it should be quite amusing. But we'll get there on Friday. But yeah, so it's a pedal demo on Friday. It's not the start of pedal week. The pedals I've got for pedal week are... Well, it's when I get kind of around to kind of doing it. But it will be soon. Pedal week will either be next week or the week after, depending. But I kind of know what I'm going to do. I'm also going to revisit some pedals as well in pedal week that I want to kind of re-review. now I know better, if that makes any sense. Now I've kind of like understood a bit more. So, like I say, people too, I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. I hope there's something in there, like I hope answer questions okay. And I will see you again on Friday for a pedal demo. And yeah, have a great morning, afternoon, and a good evening. Here's a D flat minor chord. Goodbye now, thank you very much for watching.